Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just don't like giving context, to be fair.
What?
I don't like giving context.
Why?
He doesn't like to explain
I
himself.
hate explaining myself.
But then, why? How do you expect us to like know you? Like,
I don't.
Okay.
That's why the podcast is so different from who I am, like, personally.
How does that work?
He doesn't like
Being perceived.
he doesn't like putting himself out there. So he wants to be in his own little bubble and people to be left alone. But he also has a podcast, which is a public place where he talks about his life on a weekly basis. Yes. What's going on?
Look, I'm a walking contradiction. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you always say that.
Yeah, because it's true.
I don't know about this.
But what do you think that, like, what's one thing that he said that you thought maybe he could expand on?
Or even just sometimes, like, when he's talking about, like, you know, when you guys do, like, your weekly, like, oh, how are you, bro? Or how yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Jordan,
I hear you.
And he's like, you're doing, oh, how are you, bro? And he's like, oh, you know, I'm finding myself. Oh, I'm doing this. And not in a bad way.
Yeah.
I just think it's a conversation that girls have a lot. And it would be really good to, like, hear, like, a male perspective. And also, like, I think also your age group as well. And I'm not trying to call you guys old, but like you're older than.
We're old.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's calling us old.
No, I'm not calling you old.
There's like 3 years between us, bro.
Yeah, between who?
Between me and you know.
No, there's not. You're 29, I'm 30.
One.
What are you talking about? 1 century. What maths did you do?
Oh, you're 31.
I'm turning 31. So 2 year and a half, 18 months.
Okay,
I was halfway there. But I get what you're saying.
You know when we were younger, the people used to be like, no, it's 2 years. Now that you get older, you're like, no, it's 18 months. It's 18 months.
You want to bring it back.
Yeah, like, so just even just like your like age group and your like perspectives and stuff, like it'd be so good to see, not just like, yeah, bro, I'm just finding myself. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, give us more. Like, give us more.
But
context.
if I was to ask you that question, how are you? What does the answer look like if you're going to say I'm going to find myself?
Okay, finding yourself, in like, what do you mean by finding yourself? Is there a particular aspect in your life that you're trying to like navigate? Because, you know, sometimes like we throw like blanket statements, like I'm trying to find myself, but it's literally just like, you just want to change your job. So like, what do you mean?
Yeah, good
question.
What does finding yourself mean? When you say you're working on yourself, what do you actually mean?
Yeah, what do you mean
by
like you're working on yourself?
Especially
as a grown man, like what does working on yourself at that stage look like?
What's called?
She called you old twice. Like, as a grown man.
Well, me and Sharon are the same age, man.
I'm a prime babe. So
what's called? I'm guessing this is where we cue the sad music. What's working on yourself? Working on yourself is just in every aspect of the word. Like, I feel like I made a lot of decisions in life that I wasn't completely happy about.
Okay, what are those? Like, give us an example of some of those decisions.
Some of those decisions. Oh, easiest one would probably be my ACCAs. I should have done them a lot earlier, but I kind of told you know what? I'm stubborn, innit? So if I say I'm not going to do something more time, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
So it's like, I kind of like, I don't think I want to do this accounting thing. So I was like, fuck these ACCAs, I'm not doing them. And then I didn't do them. And now I'm looking back as like, I was doing nothing else. I should have just done it. Just
so it's not like you like didn't do them to do something else. You just
I just didn't do them. Like, and because I didn't feel like I would. I don't have an answer for you, you know. I actually not gonna lie to you. I don't have an answer for you. I don't know why I didn't do it. I just didn't. I just was like, fuck it, that's long. Got out of uni. You know what it's okay, you know what it is, yeah. From the age of like 6 when you start school till uni, I didn't have a break. It was literally primary school, secondary school, uni, outside of uni, and then now you're telling me to do more exams.
Yeah, it's hard.
My final year in uni, I didn't even study from some of my final exams.
Yeah.
I was over it.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave
and
it. I'll do it later.
With that
and
as
then
well. Yeah.
you look down, you look up. A couple years has gone by, and it's like, do I still want to do
Your
this
mates have finished it. Now you're only about to back because I relate with that.
My brother's
so
mates
heavy.
have finished it.
Yeah.
That's how you see it. Oh, well, just maybe a question for you. Like, then what was the point that you came to realize that, like, maybe I should have just done it? Like, what do you sit down and think, like, maybe I should have just done my exams?
I'm
like
seeing,
that.
okay, you know what it is, yeah? Like, I've always steadily climbed when it comes to, like, my salary, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And when you start getting to certain amounts, it starts starting to plateau a little bit.
Yeah.
And you start needing little things to tick it over. And I'm looking at some of these roles as like, I have everything if that role wants, but they want me to be fully qualified.
Yeah, because
And it's
especially like in the finance world as well, because like I would work in like finance as well. Like you could actually have the experience, but they want you to have that ACA or that ACCA, like, and it's tough.
Bro, look for jobs. I've seen jobs that I'm overqualified for, that they're telling me I need ACCAs for.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I've done what you're doing years over. Like, and it's just one of those things where it's just like, there was a point in my life where I said I wanted it, so it's just like.
Would you not do it now? Is the window closed or?
No. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it just to say that I've done it. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But anyways, how are you? What's up with you? How's life?
Okay, I'm good. Yeah, I'm actually really good. Life is looking good. I spoke about this in the last episode. I don't know if you want me to repeat it, but like I think, I don't know. I've had a funny, first half of the year, but I think slowly but surely, the girl's getting back up there. Period. I'm about to, disturb the streets again. When I mean the streets, I mean YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Instagram,
okay.
TikTok.
I thought you were outside.
No. The social media streets. But yeah, no, I'm good. I'm generally
on the social media side and your YouTube. Yeah, like obviously, you were doing different content and then you came into this. Mm-hmm. Why did you decide then to kind of want to do Pardon?
Okay, cool. I feel like with Sharon Speaks, it's something that I've always kind of I've always kind of wanted to do, but like the vision really came to light in 2021. It was sometime during the pandemic, I think. But obviously, and I started to try and do it. I started it actually as a segment on my channel. If you were watching my channel back then, you would know like it was like a segment. But one thing about me, I like when I do stuff, I want it to look a certain way. Like I just don't want to do stuff because of doing it. I did not like how it looked. I didn't like the feel of it, so that's why I waited till like now to do it. But in essence, why I wanted to do this was conversation, real life conversation. Like, and maybe that's why, like you're saying, like cue the sad music. But I just want to talk about real life things, because the more like you talk to people, the more like you like interact with different types of people, you realize like we all have like the same experiences. And even if you don't, I don't believe one person's like experience is just for themselves. I think there's something to learn from each and everybody's like POV of life. Do you know what I mean? The only thing sometimes I might learn from some people that have been here is I don't want to do this. And that's okay as well. Do you get what I mean? But just kind of shedding light on that different aspect as well. And also helping the ones to come. So yeah, that's in essence what I wanted to do. What about you guys?
Yeah, I have a question that's been burning me for like a week now. I don't get guts.
Don't burn to what?
I don't get guts.
Guts?
Yeah.
As in like the people that wear black.
Yeah. What?
I didn't know praise Satan.
No. I'd assume no. I think there's Satanists and then there's gods.
Oh, no, I have no idea.
Like I just don't understand.
I couldn't answer this question for you, but
it's just, I don't know why it came to me.
What did you see that like you said?
Bro, I was on the internet, and I saw this girl. She had like proper, the super
makeup,
black eyeliner, all of that, blah. And one day she just woke up and said, "I don't want to be a goth no more." Okay. And I just want to know, why did you want to be a goth in the first place?
People like identity, I guess. They want to feel like they belong, so they try to find their tribe. I think a lot of things is just like that, especially when you're young, you're trying to find your place. Because I remember when being in school, there was like a group of them. And then you see them outside of school, they're like, that was where they felt like they fitted in at the time. So a lot of people are just an identity crisis.
And school was brutal. You needed to find your clique or you were going to, you're going to get grouped.
School. I felt so lucky in secondary school. I found my clique just like, my clique like that.
You don't think primary school was worse?
Primary school?
What did you do? Just ran in the yard? So identity crisis in primary school?
Wait, hold up. First of all, talk us through, because it seems like you have some trauma with school.
No, I didn't. I'm so sorry. I was one of those cool girls in school. So I wasn't. I am not gonna lie and come and say like, all girls? No, I went to mixed schools. Yeah. So I wasn't like, I'm not gonna come and say, oh, I was troubled. No, I wasn't. But I just felt like if you were either like the cool girl or the cool boys, or you just weren't, or like you're just grouped over there. Do you know what I mean? And I think that kind of thing kind of started from like primary school.
But how do you become like the cool girl? Do you do that kind of, because like with the boys, you can, if you're good at sports, immediately you'll be grouped with the jock thing already stays. But with the girls, how does it work for you? Like how are you a cool girl?
That's actually a really good question. I think I'd put it down to like maybe like your ability to like speak and like lead. You're not going to be like, those girls are like, they might not necessarily like be smart or anything like that, but if you throw one, they throw five kind of thing. You get respect. And all of a sudden people want to move with you because of like the kind of the respect that you've earned. So I don't know. But me, I was in school. I was quite smart as well. Like some of my primary school people would have called me like a teacher's pet. But at the same time as well, I had you can't come and run me over. Like, say one, I say five.
Like I can't even remember primary school.
Yeah, really. And in secondary school, that kind of like, and because like primary school and secondary school, you start to know people. So when you go into secondary school, like your rep is already made for you. Like you just maybe have to like enhance a little bit, not too much, but like it's already there, steady. Like, we caused havoc in school. We did.
Oh my God, were you a mean girl in school?
No, I wasn't. But we were those girls that if you tried us, we will take it there where you want. But I wasn't mean. No, I wasn't. I promise you, I was not a mean girl. But you know what it is as well, though? We were like, especially in secondary school, there was like 9 black girls. I'm going to say 9. One of us was mixed race. So there was 8 black girls. There was a whole lot
counts.
What?
She counts.
Yeah, she does. But with her, she could pick the side she wanted to on the day. So I remember sometimes like the other people would try and like gang up against us, thinking like there's more of them, there's 8 of us. We'll show you shiggy.
Oh, so you were a scrapper.
You were fighting in school.
No, I wasn't fighting. I wasn't fighting.
Well, I see your content. I did not expect this.
No, guys, I wasn't fighting. I don't fight. I've never fought.
When you threw out 5, nobody.
I've never
swung
fought.
hands.
I've never fought
Physically.
I've never physically fought anybody.
All right, fair enough.
Ever.
You know,
because I would get in trouble. My mom would not have that. But I've never physically fought. But in the sense of like, you want to fight us, we're not going to just keep quiet. We're going to stick up for ourselves. You can't bully us into a corner. Do you get what I mean? So that, yeah.
Did being black help make you more popular?
Yeah. Did it make us more popular? I think it made us more distinguished.
Yeah.
Amongst definitely.
I thought the same as well.
We even had like different genres of groups over there. We had the Eastern Europeans, they were amongst themselves speaking Russian or Polish amongst themselves. Because in Poland or Russia, one or the other, they speak the other language. So even if one was from Russia and the other was from Poland, they could still interact. So they had their own group, and you had the traveler community had their own group, and then obviously it was a black people. That's why I say I felt lucky, because it was easy to fall into a group. It was easy to fall into your clique and your identity, because you say, oh, there's 6 of us. Yeah. We're just black. So we go there.
Yours sounds like a prison yard.
Like I always say, the very last day of the school, we played like black versus white, and it was an even game. Like it was even numbers of people, and then like we were winning, and then the other team scored, and I was annoyed, and then they said it was good. It ended in equality.
Nah.
It was good at the end of the equality.
No.
School was a fun time.
Yeah, and I think even sometimes when we were black, like, we're all friends. But then I think towards the end of secondary school, you just start to realize, like, am I friends with you because you're black? Like, do you know what I mean? Apart from just being black, like, do we have a connection?
Yeah, I think the telling is even when you leave secondary school and who still remains your friends then when you're in uni.
I'm not going to lie. I knew who I was going to still be friends with.
Are you still friends with them now?
Yeah.
Still from secondary school?
I knew who was going to be still close to me. Because, like, one thing I wasn't from a young age was Delulu. Like, I knew we were just circumstantial friends, circumstantial friends. Like, so I knew it wasn't going to be, I'm going to ring you up. Because, like, on Saturday and Sunday, I don't pick up my phone to talk to you. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? So I knew, like, I'm not.
What values in those friendships did you know that because they have these values about them that we're going to stay friends compared to the other people? And do you also want those values in, like, all these forms of relationships, i.e., a man?
Yeah, like, I just feel like, okay, what values did I want? Like, they were good friends in the sense of, like, they were, like, caring, honest, kind. I think one thing I also valued in a lot of my friends now is, like, similar work ethic in some things, like, views as well in some things. Obviously, we disagree here and there, but, like, yeah, they were just honestly good people. We had, like, shared morals, shared values. And it's one thing having the same morals as somebody, and it's another thing for them walking that way as well. Do you get what I mean? Like, you can know something, but you're not doing what you know. So, like, yeah. And also, one thing I really, really respect in friends is your ability to be honest to me. I don't want yes men around me. Do you know what I mean? So, those friends, I knew they could pull me.
How honest do you want your friends
that's what I was going to say. Is it about being honest, or is it about how they're honest? Because some people...
Okay, but no, let's not be, like... You know, it's important to use, like...
Yeah, it's important to be tactful.
Yeah, you don't just come and say rubbish and then say, oh, I'm being honest. I just think that's just distasteful as a person. There's a way to, like, go about things. And I think there's even social etiquette that you should have. You shouldn't just come and say, and you say, I'm just being honest. No, you're just wicked. Like, there's a way to say certain things. And obviously, there's some things that can be sugar-coated. Do you get what I mean? But if you have a track record of always just saying what you can, and just saying things anyhow in the name of honesty, I just think you're a bad person.
Yeah,
it's just
I think some people use the word honest, so they're just rude.
You're rude.
Yeah.
Or no offense. You know offense is about to start from here down. Like, you're rude.
Hey, sometimes you got to offend people, innit?
Yeah.
No, I actually forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, what's called, like, both of you, like, obviously you're a completely different person when you were in school.
Yeah.
What's been the biggest change from who you were in school to who you are now?
I'm going to let you go first.
The biggest change for her was I'm more comfortable maybe in who I am and in my skin. I don't need to feel like I don't need to follow the crowd or follow trends as much. But maybe that just comes with growing up and getting older.
Do you actually care about the trends that are going on?
Exactly. So that's what I mean. But in school, I'd probably like, for example, say Paddy's Day. Everybody went to town, hang out, O'Connell Street. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I don't want. That's not what I want to do for my Paddy's Day. But I feel like, no, I have to because
there was nothing else.
No, but sometimes like there was other things to do, especially in my town. But I just feel like I'm more comfortable. I'm more comfortable in who I am. Marrige, shout out K32 and that. Oh God! I was saying that before the pod. Yeah, some people really represent, especially with that from Tala and Blanche. They really represent their ends. Yeah. I don't understand the flipping thing they have towards it.
To be honest, I don't either. Like I have zero allegiance to a lot of these places. Like apart from the fact that I lived there for a lot of my life and I went to school there or whatever, but it is what it is.
But I think I'm just more, the biggest difference is being more comfortable in your skin and knowing who you are. But I just think maybe that's a product of also age, because it's 30 now. But
what about you?
You didn't answer.
I'm still thinking. I'm trying to buy time.
I feel like I'm a lot less unnecessarily rude.
Were you rude?
Yeah, I was. I'd tell you. I'd just say things for no. Like I'd give my opinion without anybody asking. Now I've kind of like gone to a place in my life where, unless you ask for my opinion or I really fuck with you as a friend, I'm not really gonna like. I've heard some music. It's been played for me, and as long as they don't say, "Did you? What do you think?" Yo, I really like that beat.
Who's Sam?
You know.
Which music did you hear? And then they just say, "Oh God."
But no, I think also I am just I'm a bit more comfortable in who I am now. Like in school, I was a proper like shy, introverted. Like I'm still like pretty introverted now, but like back then it was bad. Like I didn't really chat to people. I was kind of like just do my own thing. But yeah,
were you one of those ones?
One
like
of
in the sense of like you were doing your own thing, but if we came near you or we did the wrong thing,
you
knew what was coming for us.
What's called to be fair, I've always been like, I've never really been the person that got angry and stuff like that, and I've always kind of like, within being to myself, I've always been able to hop through different cliques and groups. You get what I'm saying? Like I played rugby, so I'd be with the rugby lads. I was in our school there was essentially 3 black people in every year, or 3 black boys in every year. So I was also part of the blacks as well. Like I would always jump around. So it's like I've been cool with everybody at certain points, but I think now I'm just a bit more myself. Whereas back then, I look at some of the things I did back in school. It was just like, why the fuck did you do that?
Yeah, you have to fit in. No, that's the thing. That's always I always think about. It's like, how do you implement the mentality into my kid now? It's like you ain't gotta do the stuff that these people are doing, but he probably just will, because that's what we do as people. We just want to find our own people. And sometimes in doing things that we necessarily wouldn't want to do, it tells us something about our own character. And you learn then, it's like, actually, I'm not about that. So I shouldn't be doing that. But I guess you have to go through it to do it.
Yeah.
So, hold on.
Okay, I think there's 2 that comes to mind. And it's very, not contradicting, but like one thing I would say is since secondary school, I'm not as loud anymore. And like when I mean loud, it's like, hi, we used to be loud, man. But I don't even know if we were loud or if we were just being used to like people telling us like we were loud. All these girls, the loud black girls, but whatever. So that's one thing. But then the flip side of that is I'm a lot louder about who I am, because I feel like I've always kind of like been the same person at the core in terms of like morals, and like that's something I never hid away from, because also in like my secondary school there were lots of big personalities. Like you would, if you didn't like have a sense of self or identity, you would drown so easy. And like, do you know what I mean? So I've always had that kind of strong sense of self, but I think now I'm just louder about like
who you are.
Yeah, about who I am. So that's when like there's a bit of a, I'm not as loud verbally, but you know, I'm louder about who I am.
Yeah, well, that's fair, because you double down on, once you know who you are, you can then double down and triple down on it. Sometimes loud people, they're trying, can be seen at the time as an insecurity. You're trying to project because you're trying to be the loudest person in the room or the biggest person in the room, but sometimes the people that know who they are and they're comfortable in their skin don't need to be in a room and
I think we were just loud because we were having fun. We enjoyed life.
No, we got the same reputation. Obviously, like growing up where we grew up in the school, so we got the same reputation. But we were like, but to be fair, we'd be like at the lockers banging and making drums and rapping. So like,
they never seen that before.
They were probably like, what are these guys doing?
Yeah, and I went to a private school. So like we went to a private school, and I think our year was like the largest amount of students and the largest population of blacks they'd ever seen. So it was a huge shock to the system. You're hearing people do egg, bacon, grits, sausage, and they're like, get the heck out of here.
You know when they see 2 or 3, they start getting shook.
So it was really something.
Were teachers racist? In private school, like I always think like because we experienced mad racism. Like a teacher told one of my friends, it says as they're talking about slavery, and the teacher looked at Jordy, says, "Jordy, you know about that."
What's good?
Yo,
my principal, one of the boys, Moyo was just being Moyo in it. My principal goes, "Be careful, I'll put your name in the black book, but no one will be able to see it."
So.
No,
well, I don't know. Those were like I went to community college. So I'm expecting they probably don't have the best of the best teachers, you know. So I don't know, in private school, do you still get?
I went to a classical school, for your information.
Did you?
It's just class. They call it classical because they still teach Latin.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know. Were they racist? Maybe we never had stuff like blatant.
Oh no, yeah,
racism put your name in the black book. Maybe hints here and there, but like I said, we fought.
Even the teachers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what about braids? Because I know
okay, so first we were like allowed, and then I think during that like our senior cycle they went into something like, oh, you could only have like natural colored braids. And I remember one of my friends, my principal was like, she's not allowed to come to school until she takes her braids. She didn't take her out, she didn't come to school. She said, okay, we're going to fight. But like again, we fought. Like we genuinely fought the system.
It's mad because I don't know if they did that when like the white girls will dye their hair different colors.
That was the argument we brought. We're like, okay, then tell Shanice to stop dyeing her hair green. And if she stops, then me too, I'll stop wearing the braids. But if not, we're all gonna come. I think even because of that, like one of my other friends, she would come into school with purple braids on purpose. So we fought.
But see, that's racism. Sometimes I find that worse because you make me I'm gaslighting myself.
Yeah.
Is that really a rule or they be racist? Whereas some teacher will just say it's always you people that are the problem. Straight out. Yeah. I know what she's about. I know like, oh, this is who you are. At least I know. But if you're telling me it's like, oh, I don't like when you guys have braids, I'm like, I go home there.
You guys?
I'm gaslighting myself.
Bro, I go suspended for having my hair like this.
The waves.
Bro, I had back in the day, one all over, get the nice shape up, everything.
Yeah. Like, look good.
Yeah,
look good.
and then that's me. No, but what's called? Yeah, so I got suspended, and what's called? These guys suspended me for a day. A day.
Oh no!
Like my hair was gonna grow, and then when I came in, because like what happened was the vice principal had been like talking about it for a while. Like you can't get your hair too low, you also can't have your hair too long. So like for the white boys, if their fringe goes over their eyes, whatever, go get that shit cut off. And it's like minimum you can get is in level 2. I literally looked at this guy like, bro, my head doesn't go there. And then like they called me to the principal's office. I was like, is my bald head distracting the class or something? Suspended me.
Wow.
Then next day my mom comes in and they're like, he was being rude. And then black parents.
Yeah.
Did she? Why? Are you? I was like,
they even take their sides. I actually wonder like, what approach were you guys gonna have though if you guys got called in for your kids? Because for when we grew up, it felt like the teachers were right. Whatever they said something, a lot of parents would come in and they'd be like, listen to the teacher. Or are you actually going to also listen to your child? Because some of these teachers are just, they have agendas as well.
Oh.
Bad vibes. No, definitely back my kid.
Yeah.
It depends though.
It depends. I think, I was just about to say, I think it depends on like the actual kid that you have as well. Because like, you see the way I'm saying like we fought, it wasn't just limited to the blacks. I remember we went on a trip in TY, and like, you know the way they have these rules. So we must have snuck out in the middle of the night. We went to the lake. We thought we were so cool. We're carrying Bose speaker, and I just did. Oh my gosh, they caught us. They're like, oh, we're gonna suspend them. All the Oyibo people's parents pulled up to school. You're not suspending my kids. Okay. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't just we just fought the system. Pure. Our year was like the problematic year in that sense, in the sense of like, you can't just lay a rule on us. We were going to fight the system. So because of that, I would fight for my kids. But then again, my mom she was not going to fight for no kid.
Yeah, that's
the teacher is right. But it depends on the kid as well. Because I only got in trouble once. Apart from that TY one, that was a communal one. But we went to Germany. Anyway, it was a long story.
Wait, you guys snuck out in Germany?
We snuck out when we went to Cavan, but then in Germany as well. Yeah, when we went to Germany. So... And that was the one that like was actually like trouble, but like in that sense, like my mom stuck out for me, but my brother would get in trouble. My mom would disgrace him there and then in the principal's office. Like she was brutal. So like,
see, that's what I mean. Was your brother deserving of this?
Yeah, he was.
Like,
like, my mom was telling like information that she probably didn't need to tell to the principal. Like, you know, at his age, I still ask him, does he brush his teeth? Like my mom she was brutal.
Like, you gotta be like, why'd you go with that?
Like, she was brutal. So like, yeah, I definitely think it.
You see, sometimes you have to shame people.
Yeah,
sometimes you have to shame
not in front of the ops.
No.
Sometimes you have to change.
She got him on like in-house, like you know that one, like every teacher has to sign your diary. My
Yellow
mom suggested
report.
that. She suggested that, so she was brutal. Like she get what I mean, and she'd be like, and if you see him without a tie, detention. Anything detention. Like she was not having it. But with me, like, because again, I wasn't like the type to actually get in trouble in school. It was different.
So she knew, like, if you came in, like when they said no, you got the wrong child. Are you sure it's not? Are you sure it's not?
But with her, she said, I still bad for him.
Don't say that to me in school. And go for this one over here as well. That's the joke for the whole.
He was mortified when he was telling me. He was too embarrassed.
I think for me, I didn't get in trouble too much, but I was more sly than like a troublemaker. So like I'm not the loudest in the class, but I'm doing my shit in a little corner. So I didn't really get in trouble too much that they needed to call my parents or whatever. Yeah. And plus I learned to forge my own signature from young, so.
And I think one of the dads came in and she said, if you see any of these black kids causing trouble, beat them. That's what he told my year head. He told the year head. He told Nigerian. You know those Nigerians that live in Nigeria? So they come. They're in Ireland for the month. So they have to do my house, Mr. Authority. So they called him into the school. They said, "Oh, your dad's." They used to say, "Mr. I heard your dad's home. I'm gonna call him in for a chat." Because somehow he knew when this guy's dad was home. So then he called the guy in and he's telling him about like, oh, him and his friend Jordan and Tunde and all this. They caused trouble. The guy basically said, if they all beat them. And this year had also took it on board.
Whoa!
Oh yeah. Oh, you didn't come in with PE gear and you're trying to run out the thing. You pass on the back, and then you don't know this one in the back when you're like,
oh my goodness!
Oh my god! Thank God I can't relate.
Yeah, man. That and we kind of just it's weird because the condition that just happens because we felt like, oh well, he got permission and we're misbehaving, so we did this to ourselves really. But no one dared touch my kid.
No, but to be fair, right? The problem is like, oh, I'm gonna call my dad. Your dad told me to do this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you have nowhere else to go.
And that's the thing. Yeah, we have to create safe spaces for our kids, innit? So
definitely. I'm backing my kids, bro. Like what?
Who's favorite subject and favorite teacher in school and why?
I love maths. I was good at it.
Was this secondary school we're talking?
We're only ever talking secondary school.
Oh, sorry. What was my favorite subject? Oh, it was economics.
Why?
Yeah. I fucked with economics.
Do you know what? My teacher, some of the things he said then, I'm only understanding now. And I'm like, oh, I want to have a conversation with this man. He was so good. Like he was so like savvy. Like I remember back then he was giving us game on how to hide money legally. Like this guy was so good. And I was just like, whoa, I wish I had listened to you. But then also I really loved economics. So I think it was easy to go to that class. But then again, it was side to side with politics. I did politics in skill as well.
Okay.
That class, it was always like a debate section. Like I said, we had loud opinions. So we were like arguing things like abortion. You're hearing someone say this, someone say this. And it was crazy. Like sometimes even the teacher would not know what to say. But why are you opening your legs so you can't have the baby? Well, it was crazy.
I would have loved to be in the secondary school. Even just for the day, just to see these guys are menaces.
Politics was nuts. Like it was crazy.
Then what did you end up studying in uni if you went to
economics and law?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
it makes sense.
Yeah. You can see, but no, those are my probably my two.
Yeah, mine was maths, but my favorite teacher was English because the way he broke down poetry, he made you feel like you know your shit because whatever you wrote that day or however you interpreted it, he's gassing it. So you're like, oh shit, I'm so smart. So when rap beef is happening, I'm like, I've done this for free already.
You know what? That comes across on the podcast so much because like when we have like rappers and stuff, and you start going through their lyrics.
Yeah.
We had Jafar's on, and Jafar's he dropped like a clip or something.
Oh
and
yes.
Oh, did you mean this? I was like, this guy really wants to see.
Because that's what he did. I always say because there was 99 Problems by Jay-Z and a song called Riot Van by the Arctic Monkeys. And they're talking about the same thing, but they're in two different sides of the world. They're talking about police brutality, essentially. And it kind of made us like highlight it, like how these two people are from two different ends of the world, but they still go through the same thing. The one was black, one's white. So just kind of open up my mind and like learning about perspective.
Yeah. So who was your favorite like poet?
I think it was W.B. Yeats at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, William Butler Yeats. He did. I mean, there was a poet. No. Robert Frost. The Road Not Taken.
The Road Not Taken. Do you know recently? I said that guy kind of ate.
Yeah.
He kind of ate. 2 roads diverged to one. What? Like, I was like, he ate so hard because, like, sometimes you have to take the road not taken.
Yeah.
Especially even, like, sometimes when you're doing something like this, like, it really is the road not taken. Like, there's a clear path of, like, you know, a 9 to 5, or, like, a corporate job, but you're really traveling the road not taken. I said he ate.
It's only that, like, to yourself, it's only now when I sat deep in that poem, I was like, rah. He was really between crossroads, and he's talking about, like, I did this, but I will always wonder about the road not taken.
You will always wonder. And even I think he was talking about like you could see the footpaths on the one like traveled most often, but then you know there's that other one that was calling your name. I said, wow. Do
you still think we have those people amongst us like that have those kind of like brain, but we just don't give them, like, nobody cares about poetry like that in 2020?
Yeah, because you just tweeted it.
You just go on Twitter, you put a black screen on Instagram. Every time I see a black screen writing, I'm like, I'm not reading this. There could be gems in there. There could be gems, but if I see a black screen with like paragraphs, I'm like,
I think that's also your environment though, because there are people that are still going to like poetry things.
That's a good point. Yeah,
there are actually people still going. Do you know? I mean, people are still having those kind of nights. I want to be that babe.
You want to go to poetry night?
Yeah, or like goes on those like open mic nights, but like the poetry.
The slam poets.
Yeah.
What don't you do with that? If you want to
I'm not gonna be the one speaking. I'm just gonna be there, like, you know, just being the part of the vibe. I think
you've spoken on that one.
Yeah.
You did a spoken one.
Yeah.
What was your favorite subject?
Favorite. If I'm talking about teacher, my favorite teacher was my English teacher, but that's because like he made me stay in ordinary level English actually, because like. He just did shit that I was actually interested in. Like one day he just came in and he just handed us all 50 Cent lyrics to start playing 50 Cent. And he's like, okay, let's break this down like a poem. Or we're reading Romeo and Juliet. And you know when Juliet takes the poison, so she's asleep, but Romeo doesn't know. And he's like, if you're Juliet, write a text message. You have 260 characters. Write a text message that make it make sense. So it's like including the spaces and everything. Like it just made us actually do shit that wasn't just boring. I think like he showed us some great movies like Good Will Hunting and like Crash that I probably would have never seen. Like he was just like a proper. And also, you know what? He used to take the piss as well. If you're eating in class, he'll take it and just start sharing around class. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and also he had this weird thing where it doesn't matter if you're texting in your pocket, he catches you. You know, like back in the day, used to texting in class in your pocket. It's wild that we used to do that.
Yeah, you have to find out if the baby's going to the library after school. She's in the all-girls school. You're here. You're like,
but yeah, no. So yeah, that was probably my favorite. I don't know if I had a favorite subject. Some subjects just came easier than others, I guess. Yeah. But I don't think I have like a favorite. Like this is the subject I really enjoyed or anything. It's probably because like I'll say accounting, but I hated my accounting teacher. Oh. She also told me I failed accounting. I got an accounting degree now. Okay. then when I left, because when I left, my brother went in the first year.
She told your brother.
She told my brother, I loved your brother. He was great.
But what was this? But to be fair, some teachers told him, says, "Oh, you are so and so's brother." What's that supposed to mean? Like, because my brother came after me. They said, "You're Jordan's brother."
One of the guys in school was so bad that they banned his whole family from coming to that school.
Oh wow!
Wow, I just remember one day we're banging ball on the Astro, and we just see this guy running, and then the vice principal was running after him. He swung for one of the teachers.
Yeah, I told you my boys punched the teacher as well because the teacher was trying to stop a fight.
What?
The teacher was trying to stop a fight. He was fighting in French class,
and then he just accidentally punched him or something.
Yeah, she got in the middle. Like they were swinging at him, and he dodged it. Teacher collected on her chin. Oh. Charge him was. He got suspended for a week, but he couldn't tell his parents. So he would wake up every morning, wear his uniform, go to the library for the day, whistle would finish, and walk home with us.
So you see the way even like moving like secondary school, all of that, right? Yeah. How like, and I'm not. I want to say as you guys have grown, but you guys will say I'm calling you old now. But
no, we're gracefully old.
I've leaned into my uncle stage.
Oh wow! Would you call yourself an uncle?
Uncle Jay.
Jordan is definitely an uncle.
Leaned into
it.
Oh, bro, he wants to be home by 9 p.m.
When you said we're recording at 3, I said glory be to God.
You know, on our live show, Jordan left before some of the guests.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, sorry, we were going somewhere.
Yeah, sorry. So I'm saying, as you've grown older, right? Has your relationship with yourself changed much?
In terms of what?
Anything. Like, would you say like you trust yourself more? Like, how do you relate with yourself now as you're growing up and like as you've grown up in your 30s?
Has my relationships with myself changed? Yes, I'm more self-aware maybe of my behavior and how it impact, like how I can do, what I can do can impact me and my others. Because sometimes I would think of like, okay, that's going to impact other people. But I wouldn't really be kind to myself. I've also learned to be a bit kinder to myself through my behavior and my actions. So there's times I'll think twice more about, like, I'm not as impulsive, let's say, because I've seen that road. I've taken that road, goodbye to the pole, and I've learned that, okay, this is actually detrimental to me. So I need to be kinder to myself and protect my peace. And protecting your peace isn't just like one way block. Like for other people, like blocking out social media, blocking out certain interaction. It's like figuring out, like, okay, how do I then protect my peace? So I think I'm kinder to myself the older I've gotten, and give myself more grace. That's the thing. I think Dage said it when we were recording. It's like we're so good at giving other people grace and understanding people are just human. People make mistakes and we'll forgive them. But when we make a mistake and we'll hold it against ourselves, we won't forgive ourselves, and sometimes we struggle with that. And I've also learned to be like, you know what, I did mess up, and I need to also forgive myself, because if this was my brother that did it, I would have been able to forgive him. So I need to give myself that same grace. So
that's so nice. I've been able to do that.
Oh, wait, how about you?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you don't.
I have absolutely zero idea.
No idea.
I could give you some great waffle right now, but I actually have no idea.
What about yourself? Like, how's your change with you?
How's my relationship with myself changed? I think, like I said before, I think I'm just more leaning into who I am, and then also in that breath, allowing myself to also just make mistakes and then let it be okay. Do you get what I mean? Because also, you know, I'm the oldest child, so you're always like on that pedestal. But like now, I'm just allowing, like, you made this mistake, cool. You knew better, you didn't do better, cool. Like, just get up and keep going. So not letting myself like be down for too long, and like just like you said, actually just being nicer to myself. And niceness is not just about like buying yourself stuff, but just actually like how you like relate with yourself as well. But the flip side of that as well is I'm learning how to reparent myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, grace when grace is needed, but sometimes you actually just have to do what you have to do. Like, you just have to get up. Like, you just have to do what you said, or say what you mean and mean what you say. So I think that's how my relationship with myself has changed. And
is that like, do you also then would apply that as your relationship with yourself is changing? Does your boundaries and things change with other people as well? You can't, you won't tolerate certain things that maybe you would have tolerated or would have been a friend. And how would you call that out if a good friend does something that crosses your boundaries? Do you just eat it, or do you actually verbalize it?
No, I can't eat it.
Because years ago you might have. Years ago I might have told myself, you know, it's not that deep. I don't want to cause any friction. I don't want to be confrontational.
But the thing is, I hear that, but I don't like that mindset, because you are trying to have external peace at the cost of your internal one. Because subconsciously, your behavior, your attitude towards me is going to change or whatever. And I'm going to be like, yo, what did I do? And tell me, oh, no. But meanwhile, because I called you a fathead like 2 weeks ago, you still haven't gotten over that. So I'm such a big believer in verbalizing and actual talking things out. If we're going to talk it out, and it's going to end there, then let the friendship end, but like, let's at least like talk it out. But in that same breath, there are some people I've also learned, I'm wasting my breath. Let me just, like, you're not going to change. There's peace in knowing, like, this is her or this is him. He's not going to change. Let me leave it. And there's some things I'm like, okay, I can't deal with this. If you can't accept it, like, let's leave it. I have a friend recently. There was an issue. This happened like 2 years ago, but we recently spoke about it. And I didn't even know, but she was like, I would have rather you speak to me. And if we're going to beat each other there, let's beat each other there. And it was like, at least we're going to hash it out. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So I really appreciate things like that. So, yeah, no. I will talk about it. How about you?
No,
do you guys talk? Like, do you?
I'm more so now that if I like, I'm a talker. They knows, like, especially if I have a
Jordan loves a fucking conversation.
Like, I can't keep it in, because even certain things would happen, and if I don't agree with it, and if I have direct contact with that person, I'll call them and I'll talk to them and be like, look, I just didn't agree with this. This didn't need to happen. But before, maybe I would have the confidence. I would be worried that I don't want to be. I'm not a confrontational person, so I'm always worried, like, how am I gonna say this without coming across like I'm confronting you? I just want to express how I feel and how this made me feel. And once I do that, I'm generally good. Once I let it out, I'm like, all right, like we can move on now. I'm not hurt about this anymore.
We can move on. Like, I'm gonna talk to you as if it never happened, but I just needed to talk about it.
I just needed to get it out.
Yeah. I'm so different, man. I just can't be bothered. Like,
then how does that transition in your relationships?
Honestly, you know what it is? For like, there's very few things that genuinely bother me. Like, genuinely bother me. But I think it's like from years of just kind of like just being like, it's not that deep. Like, my motto for a lot of my life was, it's not that deep. So a lot of things just kind of just naturally don't bother me. And it's kind of like, sometimes I look at it and I'm like, there's certain situations, there's certain conversations where I'll play the conversation in my head. I'm going to say this. You might say 1, 2. If you say 2, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going nowhere. I can't be bothered. And I just move on.
Yeah, I don't do that. Because I go into the mindset as like, I don't know what I'm gonna say is gonna come
you don't know how it's
gonna
be perceived.
Yeah, and I that's why I don't like doing it through text, because I'm saying this in the calmest tone. Because I remember telling Dage once, I was telling him, you need to be kinder to yourself. Like, you're such a generous guy to other people, but I want to see you express that kindness towards yourself. Yeah. But I was saying this through our text. I was like, I don't want to come across like I know it all. Like, I don't want to come across like I'm being condescending, because I don't. I don't know it all. But I just see your behavior towards others and towards yourself is different. I just want I want you to be like that towards yourself. Yeah. But when you say true text, I'm like, am I going to come across like I'm being preachy, or I've it all figured out, or I know everything?
Yeah, but
I don't.
You know what it is, yeah? It for me, a lot of the times, the message depends on who's giving it to me. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you're someone that I know that you fuck with me and I fuck with you, like, I'll always, even just kind of like, even if I might not 100% listen, I'll be like, even if it's something that might come across as bad, I'll be like, I know that you're not saying this to just try and piss me off or hurt my feelings or whatever. Like, the one thing I don't like is someone saying something intentionally to like get out my emotions. Because it's just like, why are you doing that? Yeah. Like, but for the most part, like, if you tell me something is, even if you're like just straight out with it, like, yo, did you like fix up whatever? It's like, I understand that you're not just saying that to try and belittle me. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
I get it, because I know even like things were, even having a conversation with you, things would be said about like the podcast or Charger, and you'd be like, you have to look at who's saying it. Those people have nothing to gain by saying bad things, and that mindset is like, like sometimes you hear the message, but then you have to look at, okay, look who's the messenger, why are they saying this, and who's in the room when they're saying it. And then you're like, calm. It wasn't as deep as maybe you think it is. You know, so.
But I was going to ask you guys one question. Yeah, what's one thing that has changed for you since you've been in school that you actually wish you had back?
Money.
You ain't had no money in school, man.
That's what it's changed now. One thing has changed. I wish I had back.
Let's say there was a certain characteristic you had when you were younger, and like throughout the years it's faded away, and you kind of wish you had that back.
Or fearlessness.
I guess that would be like, for everybody.
I think that's a common thing as you grow up.
As you grow up, the responsibilities keep piling. Like there's a mortgage involved, there's bills, a kid involved. So it removes the element of like, I see some guys like Dave, for example, when he's saying I want to move to Canada, sometimes it's projection, me telling him, bro, do it now. This is your time. This is your window. Because I know I'm not in the same situation of like, if I want to move to Canada, it's logistically not just as simple for me. There's too much in place for me to just be like, let me pack my bags and go. So when I see other people want to do it, maybe I project a little bit. I'm like, do it, live there for 2 years and enjoy your life. So I think that's an aspect of that has changed. There's a lot more responsibility. So it adds fear, like, let's say. Yeah.
I think I was a bit more impulsive when I was younger.
Yeah, everybody is,
No, but I kind of missed that.
Yeah.
You know, like overthinking something, like if you think about it too much, you're just not going to do it.
Yeah.
Like let's say going gym. If you think about going to gym, I'm going to go to gym, I'm going to go to gym, I'm going to go to gym. You don't go to gym. But if you just say, just stand up and go, just kind of go.
I don't know if there's something I want back that I had, something I want that I had back then. No, I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Were you there?
Just being a bit more impulsive, just kind of just not thinking about it.
Just waking up. Like I sometimes I go to my parents' house and my sister's like, she's 15, she's in bed at 2 p.m. I'm like, look at the lack of responsibility in this person's life. Like the junior cert is done. And at that age, it's not like you can go get a job either. You're 15. So what else is there to do but to stay up at 4 a.m. and sleep till 2? I was like, that like, and the thing is, when you're in those moments, you don't realize, she probably doesn't realize like, this is good. It's a sweet spot right now that you're in. But because she's looking at me like at my age, she's like, oh yeah, boy, you work and you get money, you get to travel. I'm like, 2 weeks a year. 2 weeks a year. Yeah, but you're the 40. I'm over there.
Yeah, but you know what it is. Yeah, like, she's got to go ask, can I get this phone for Christmas? Yeah, whereas you could just be like,
let me get
I feel like I need a new phone.
I wish I would. One thing is, I still wish I could have gone to my dad, because I went to a party recently and my dad was buying everybody drinks. I was like, I'm taking this because you don't get freebies anymore. The older you get, you don't get freebies. You get, if I want to drink at a party or event, I gotta go get it myself, you know?
And like, okay, even circling back, you said something about like, you know, if you want to move to Canada, you have, it's logistics. Obviously, you're married. And you have a child. How's that?
Honestly, it's great. Like, the thing about marriage is like, I don't know, like, it's honestly great, but growing up and coming, like, when you find it, I've been going out with Simi for 8 years now, like, to get altogether 8 years married, this is the 3rd year of marriage. But growing up, your parents tell you, marrying the wrong person, or there's Delilah and Samson, like, the wrong woman can deter your life, the wrong woman, like, they put this in your head, and my mom's a very religious woman, so sometimes when she speaks, especially when she's quoting scriptures, I'm taking it in more and more and more. So I would say like her words played a factor of me maybe not wanting to get married earlier, because I probably knew my heart earlier than I did, but those words kept ringing in my ears. I was like, what if I get it wrong? What if I get it wrong? What if I get it wrong? Even though I've had evidence in front of me that like I might not, like, this might be the person. So since then, what I would say about marriage is, compared to relationship, like the relationship was, there's more freedom in it, and especially for her, because I could feel like emotionally and mentally, like the shock, like she felt more free because she had that security.
Oh wow!
Like it's hard to explain, because when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, any moment, like,
I'll break up with you right now.
Yeah, and I
like what?
As she's getting, like, especially like it's probably different for women, because as she's getting older, she's probably thinking like, I've been going out with this guy since I'm 23. I'm 28 right now, because that's when I proposed. I was like, I'm 28 right now. No ring. What if he just decides to break up with me tomorrow? So it creates a bit like some anxiety within the relationship. I think David was saying earlier, was like, anxiety is just your body giving you information sometimes, and you don't realize it, and then you get married and you feel like, is this a different person to the person that I was dating? You feel more free, you're more or less. So that's been great. Just building a life with someone that you've been friends with for 10 years, friends for 5 years, relationship for 8 years. Wow. So I've known.
So you've known her like all your life?
All my adult life. I've met her when I was 17. I'm 30 now.
So how did you know when it was like the right time to pop the question?
I was in Asia with my friend. I was going out with her for 5 years, and it was going into 2019. It was 5 years, and she was kind of like putting, not pressure, but kind of tell me what's up. It was
pressure, bro.
When you go marry?
Yeah, what's up? Her mom is saying, and she's like, it needs to be something. Either we're gonna move in together, we're gonna get married in 5 years. Then I was like, I'm not sure. Again, my mom's words, my dad's words about marriage, and pick the wrong woman, and I was like, ringing in my head. But I went to Asia with my friend Ayub, and I was experiencing Asia, like Bali and Fifi, especially, the two most beautiful places I've ever been to. Throughout the whole trip, I'm like, I need to share this with Simi. So then I realized, in my best moments, and like, but even she was there for the worst. Like, when I'm living life the way I want to live life, I only want one person beside me. So then I went home. On the holiday, I text my mom. I was like,
so cute.
I was like, Mom, I think I'm gonna propose to Simi. And my mom was like, Are you sure? Because like, this is a big thing. I was like, yeah. And that's how I knew. And then 2020, I knew how I wanted to do it. I was actually gonna do it like how Snow did it. Like, that was my plan. Pandemic happened, but they tell us 2 weeks they'll flatten the curve. But then there was no end in sight. So I was like, there's no end in sight. So I did that at a dinner at the Ivy. But I knew when I was in Asia, like, the best moments in life, I just want to be with her throughout them. So that's marriage. But the kid, marriage is great. But the kid, I was saying it before the pod, take your, like, enjoy your union, enjoy your partners, because it changes things. And it's not even in the way that people think, like, oh, you won't be able to go out or you won't be able to travel. It's the details of the day to day. I come home tired, wrecked, and you got to look after, like, immediately I come home. Yesterday I came home and she was like, oh, thank God, take your son. Like, she needs, like, there's no respite. Like, on a weekend, I'm doing nothing. But it gets to 8 p.m. and I'm like, why am I drained? Because your brain, you can never switch off your mind as long as that kid is around.
Yeah.
But he's the biggest blessing of my life. Like, I've heard parents say, I can't imagine life without you, even though I've lived 30 years without you. Now it's like, I got a phone call yesterday, and they said, this is the draw at the hospital, we're calling in regards to your son. My heart absolutely shattered. Like, I was like, what the? I was like, why did Simi not call me? Did something happen to him? Is he okay? They said, oh, this is no big deal. This is just results from a previous test. It was then I knew.
No, don't scare me like that.
It was then I knew. I was like, oh my days. Is this the feeling of anxiety? Like, what if you're going to be there one day, school's going to call you like your mom, this is about your son. Are you, or your brain is always going to be like, is he okay? This is the, like, well, no, I love him so much. And it's like, honestly, honestly. I would recommend, but take your time.
I'm not going to lie to you, That like when he gets like 15, 16, man's getting into a bit of mischief. I don't know how your heart is going to deal with it.
Yeah. Or you know when they start talking back to you and stuff like that.
No, that one I can rough him off. I'm going to keep going gym, MMA. But marriage and starting a family is like, it's not I always thought it was going to happen for me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, especially growing up in African homes, we're going to go to school, we're going to get degrees, we're going to get married. Especially growing up in the church as well, you're going to get married, you're going to get a kid. So it's always something I felt that it was going to happen for me. Now that it's happened, it's beautiful. It's honestly, it's a beautiful experience.
And even before moving on to Nigerian, are there any characteristics that like stood out for you with Simi? Like, that you knew that, okay, can you share? So some of the story, just so that, you know, some of the people watching with bad character, you know,
some bad women out there. I always say this, anytime, like, every time the relationship, because it was a long relationship, 8 years, you're going to have moments where it nearly ends. And for the most part, it was always based on something I've done. So there's the characteristics of, like, she's genuinely kind to people that she knows, the people that love her. So the kindness is there. She's caring, and she's also very family oriented, because there's something about people that sometimes when they grow up in a 2-parent household and they see the image of a family, they're also driven towards wanting that. And she will sacrifice a lot, and that comes from the kind heart, that she's willing to sacrifice for the benefits of the relationship or the family. So those are and God-fearing. So those characteristics of like kindness, the God-fearing, the family-orientated, and the willingness to sacrifice and forgive. Because there's times I will say that maybe I didn't deserve forgiveness, and maybe I shouldn't have gotten forgiven. And this isn't to say you should test your women. Because we had a conversation in the group chat recently. Like, this isn't the thing to say.
What are we forgiven? I was gonna ask.
This is the thing to say. Oh, go do some fuckery and hope you get forgiven. This is the thing
that's how you know she loves you.
This is me saying that. But
this is not the advice you should take, ladies.
This is just saying that, like, it was a characteristic that you see in people, not just me. Forgiving me, maybe, like, I'll see how she handles conflict with her mom or her sister, or when they're evidently in the wrong. So sometimes she'll still make the effort to kind of mend that. And I'm like, okay, that egos have to be dropped, especially in marriage. Or like,
can I ask a question? Yeah. You see the way that when you get married, you inherit the family and all that.
Yeah.
Do you actually feel like family?
That's a good question. Because do you know what? Being on Nigerian side of the internet will tell you, my friend, don't dull, they're not your family. But then there's also other sides of it that they will actually tell you, like, you know, this is actually a mom, this is actually a dad. Like, so what's your experience like? I've
been very lucky. Like, to Deji's first question, you might not feel like family like your family. Like, I don't think my brother-in-law will ever feel like my own brother. Like, there's 30 years of data there, but they actually do feel like family, especially my mother and my father-in-law, because they're around more. Obviously, like, Irene is not here, but the way they've supported, like, the relationship, the way they've even supported me, and the way they're so hands-on with, like, their grandchild and everything, you feel like, oh, I do have an extended family. There's nothing to, like, if I was having a bad day or something was happening and I called them, I feel like they'll have my back, or they'll pull up for me, or they'll support, or if my child needed anything, and they could provide it for them, or provide it even for me, they'll go out of the way. Like, even in difficult times within the relationship, or the ones that their moms were privy to, they would never bash me. They would never say anything malicious about me. They will always. It kind of taught me something. Like, say
win over the family.
No, it's kind of like, if you were fighting with your missus, it's easy. It's probably better for me to take her side over to yours. Because me and you were boys.
Yeah.
If I start bashing your girl and you make it work with your girl, you start looking at me like sideways. You were talking about it. But if I start telling you, Ditch, come on, cop on. I know she's wrong, but just go talk to her, calm down. Like, if I have that angle,
you should always be on as well.
Yeah. It kind of showed, because when I was in the wrong, they were still kind of like saying, like, we know he's in the wrong, just forgive him, talk to him, be nice to him. And I was like, okay, because that's their daughter. They could, even if they fight with her, they can make up. But if they bashed her partner and I hear about it, I might look at him different.
Yeah.
Because if they start bashing you, if they start saying, "Oh, that guy is a bum anyways, leave him," and then she forgives me, there's no going back.
Yeah, we'll move to Canada.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you say, for example, you're going to Sharon, and Sharon is like, does whatever, and I'm saying, "I'll just forgive her, talk to her, give her time." It's different. You might, me and you'll be cool. But if I say like, "Nah, man, that, let's go outside."
Because when you make up with me, you go, yeah, bro, thank you so much. You know, that was real good advice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And me and her are good.
Yeah.
Me and you are good.
Yeah.
So that's what they taught me. They might not be my family, but they did that for me.
Yeah.
They always like wanted to support my side towards, even though I was in the wrong, flat out. But they always kind of like, just forgive him. Give it time, it'll work. And now I look at it, I was like, okay, they never bashed me when they could have, and I would have took it on the chin. Yeah. So I kind of, in a way, it did feel like family when this kind of stuff happens.
Before I move off you, I saw this discourse, would you let someone else discipline your child?
In what way? Physically?
Whatever way you take it.
No, not physically. My grandparents can obviously discipline him. Like, the grandparent can discipline him. And his uncles and aunties discipline.
Can they do like, you know?
No. Nobody can.
I wouldn't do that though.
Yeah. But if they just sees him do something wrong and calls him up on it, that's okay. Like that, you don't. My ego isn't like, no, nobody can tell my child right from wrong. Yeah. Like, it takes a village. Like, if I'm not around, and if he's comfortable enough even to go to Dej and say something, and Dej can tell him what you did is wrong. Yeah, that's better to go to an adult. But I don't. Yeah. Physical discipline. Nobody should us my kid.
Okay. And Deji, do you feel any pressure?
Pressure for what?
Marriage.
The way he even asked that, he said no.
People are chatting to me about it, but like, at the end of the day, like I go to sleep with my feelings. You get what I'm saying? So like, if you're under pressure me, we have this conversation for 5 minutes and then I go about my day. And is there a reason why? Like, do you actually desire? First of all, do you desire marriage? Yeah, I really think the concept of marriage is sick. Like, like Jordan said, like you've got somebody. What's funny about this? see, and then they'll be like, "When doesn't Did you open up?" No,
it's not that. I said, "Do you desire?" He said, "Yeah, I think the concept of marriage is sick."
I desire it. I desire it because I think it's sick. Okay. Like, I think like it to actually have somebody that is supposed to be that's your guy. Yeah. Like, no matter what, it's like I know a lot of people do this. It's us against the world thing, but like this is really you guys against the world. Like even. You can beef your extended family and never speak to them again. Yeah. To be honest, for the most part, you probably lose most of your extended family, like the grandparents and stuff like that. And then, from what I've seen in life, how many of you guys are really cool with your aunties and uncles? Like, so it really just is your core people against everybody else. Okay, so I think that is sick, and I'd love that one day.
How about you? Because there's an emergence of Christian proposals recently. I'm seeing a lot of...
Speak about it.
There's a lot of it happening. And I know you're also a Christian woman. Like, does that kind of make you feel under pressure as well when you're seeing... there was one weekend I saw 3, I swear to God. There's like one weekend I saw 3, the June bank holiday, and recently I saw 2 more. And I was like, why...
Yeah, every corner.
It looks like... It looks like I'm not saying it's a trend, but it looks like a trend. It looks like it's a popular thing to do now because every weekend. But also, we're just getting to that age. Do you know what I mean? But do you then feel the pressure also seeing that? I was like, when is my time?
Genuinely speaking, this is me from the bottom of my heart. Like, do I desire it? Yes. Do I feel like I need to have it now? No, because what I believe is marriage is not first to do, it's best to do. Do you know what I mean? So I like, if it comes, I'm not chasing it away. I'm even welcoming it with open arms, but I'm not going to say because I want to get married, I'm not just going to marry. Like, no. There's levels, there's standards, there's everything.
What are the standards?
I spoke about this year before. Man, just like normal things, you know? I mean, I'm not going to just get with you because, I want to marry. Like,
okay, on that, yeah, you probably have like a must-have. Yeah, like say you have a list of what you like in a guy or a partner. Everybody does, and there's like a must-have and there's a nice-to-have. Like a must-have, for example, could be God-fearing, and nice-to-have could be he earns 200K a year.
It's a must-have.
If you earn 100K, you'll be fine. Trust me,
it's a must-have.
You'll be fine. But that's for example, like how many of those stuff on your mind do you feel like if I don't have 3 of those, then I'm settling? Because there's a connotation if I have a list of 10 and maybe I don't get 10 out of 10, I get 7 out of 10, which in uni is a first class honor. But some people on the internet will tell you if I don't have the list of 10, I'm settling. So how many of those like in his must have and nice to have must he be like, I have to have these?
I think there's one core one. Actually, no. Well, I think there's one core one, and the reason I actually say there's one core one is because if you have it, it encompasses a lot about, well, it should encompass a lot about you. Like, for example, like, let's say you said man of God. You can't say you're a man of God, or you're not kind, you're not loyal, you're not this, you're not that. So I feel like if you have that, it encompasses a lot already. Well, it should, if you're, do you know what I mean?
Hear you,
so that's what I'm saying, like, that's a core one.
Yeah.
You know?
Because obviously religion of any type brings certain values.
Exactly.
So if you're saying you're a man that way inclined, there's certain values that should come with it.
It should come with you. So I shouldn't have to say, and then he's this, and then he's this, and then he's loyal. So it just encompasses a lot.
I guess that kind of makes sense why they oppose God-fearing first. Because if you're God-fearing, you have to have these things on your list. God, this guy.
Hey,
oh boy.
bro.
They don't. But I get what you're saying. But the general template comes.
What you're saying makes sense in theory.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's put it
Okay, so what's the practical?
Man, I got out here move mad.
Pastors beating choir mistresses. What are you talking
You know
about?
what happens here? There was a big Congolese gospel guy, Mike Kalambai, big gospel artist. Yeah, he was in a DV allegation thing. Be his wife. It was trending. It was popping everywhere. All the aunties group chats. And I thought this guy was done out here. I was like, especially like they're held to different standards, isn't it? Man of God, gospel, big gospel artist. So you're held to a different standard. If this comes out about you, you're done now. Last month he was selling out 8K in Paris. People flying all over Europe to go to this guy's concert. I was sitting there. I was like,
why are you surprised?
I just thought he was held to a different standard.
There's women out there right now outside jail screaming for R. Kelly. What are we talking about?
Yeah, no, but that's R. Kelly. And that's Chris Brown. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's harder for R. Kelly to get that than a man of God to get that.
I was just thinking it would be held to different standards. Bro. I was thinking Michael and Bayi, they would just
you religious?
Yeah, no. Like,
is yes or no?
I'm spiritual. That's what I'll say.
it's not that I'm
spiritual.
If I'm keeping it a book, I believe in God and all of that. However, sometimes there's some skepticism. I've never felt anything. Like, you know, some people say they pray and then they feel this calmness and blah blah blah. I don't feel anything. Like, I'm more doing it out of like I know it's a thing.
So what is it about it that you believe in God? What makes you believe in God?
I've seen enough things in my life to understand.
Okay.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, they're like, bro.
Okay.
I wake up one morning. My mom was like, "DJ, I had a dream." Oh, my mom and I bloody dreams, man. Sometimes just allow it.
Did it not come to pass?
Same day. That's the thing that pissed me off.
So,
don't fight. Somebody's gonna pull a knife on you. That, like, I want to say maybe 6 hours later.
Really? Are you? Okay. So then, going back to what you said you don't feel anything, but sometimes is the physical evidence of that not stronger than sometimes what you can feel? Because feelings can be misconstrued.
Yes and no. Okay. Like, no. You know why? Yeah, because with a feeling is something that you know that you felt. Do you get what I'm saying? It's personal to you.
Okay.
Whereas with something that is out there, you can always chalk it up to coincidence. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, my mom has told me she's had 1 million dreams, and let's say she's told me she's had 1,000 dreams, but only 2 of them have happened exactly the way that she said it. I could just be like,
what are the odds?
Obviously, I'm fighting. Anybody could have anything on it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like, oh, you prayed for something to happen, and then it happened. But you've also like, okay, I pray for this job, but I also went to college and I have all the qualifications. Do you get what I'm saying? You can always chalk it up to. You could always chalk it up to that might be coincidence or that might be whatever. But if you have that feeling in your heart, bro, if someone is praying and you just feel like bursting out into tears, nobody can tell you that like there was no reason for you to cry in this moment. Why are you crying? Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like the feeling's a bit different from the practical. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm just throwing questions out there. Do you think like the skepticism that you have kind of hinders you to have that experience?
Probably.
It's just something I'm thinking.
Probably, but if I'm being completely honest again, like I think there was certain points where I delved into the God thing and I really tried to put myself out there and I didn't really feel anything, and then I'd find myself not praying and not doing anything, and then I remember it so vividly. I was out of uni. I was like 3 months out of uni. I was broke. I was looking for a job. I was looking for any job at this point. And then I finally got this interview for like fund accounting, whatever. And I was going there and I caught myself praying. And I was like, did you? If I count the amount of times you prayed in the last 3 years, before an exam, it's always when you need something. When things are going right,
something real.
Do you get what I'm saying? And then that made me feel like a hypocrite. So then that made me kind of turn away from everything.
That's not. Yeah, I get what you mean, but you know that's actually not God, because he actually wants you to come. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been told this a million times.
Yeah.
Like I understand it more now, but in the time it just felt like, do you believe in this, or are you just doing it just in case? Like, I might not get this job, but if there's a 1% chance of this prayer thing working,
let me take it.
Do you get what I'm saying? And it just kind of like, for me, I feel like I've always kind of felt like intention more than anything else. So it's kind of like, I never understood asking for forgiveness for something I know I'm going to do again. Like, okay, like let's say fornication, yeah.
I knew this was my laugh.
I go there because it's something that a lot of people can relate to. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. I go, I lips this girl, I do whatever, yeah. And then in church, I'm in church praying, yo God, forgive me for my sins, knowing that I'm linking someone next week. To me, that feels so disingenuous. And it's like, if God knows your heart, God knows you're just saying this because you're here. Like, do you actually, like, are you asking for forgiveness if you know you're doing it again next week?
Yeah, like you're saying, like it's
premeditated. Like a guy that cheated on his girl, but he's texting another girl right now. He got caught with one, and he's saying, "Oh, babes, forgive me," but you're linking the girl next week. Are you really, like, what's the point of asking for forgiveness if you're going to turn around and do the exact same thing tomorrow? And that is stuff like that started proper, like, just kind of like start pushing me away, like back and forth kind of a situation. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay, so do you feel like you need to kind of get yourself right before you decide to delve back in? If you do decide, you will delve back in. There's not even you will delve. No.
Like once again, like I'm in there. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like I'm not like a certain level, but like I do have my little faith. I pray. I do all that kind of stuff. But I know it's one of those things. Come as you are. Like, nobody's supposed to come perfect. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but it's just once again. If I don't understand asking for forgiveness for something I know I'm going to do again. Like, even if it's a lie. Like, I lied today and I'm going to lie tomorrow and I'm asking for forgiveness. Do you know what I'm saying? And look, and the thing is, there's a difference in, like, I think for me as well, like, let's say with fornication, right? It's something that I didn't want to let go of. So it would be different if I tried and it's like, okay, God, this week I did this and I'm sorry and I'm going to try to not do it again. And then you do it again. Grant, you can ask for forgiveness as many times as you want in that situation. But it's one of those things that you know you don't want to let this go. You're not letting this go. You're only saying this because they said in church, pray. And you're saying, okay, I'm going to give thanks, ask for forgiveness, pray.
No, I hear it. If it's something you know in your heart that I don't want to let go of this,
you're not even trying to let go of it.
About, like, look, I actually tried, but the flesh is weak and I failed.
I get it. What if it's I know, like
even you're leaving the church now.
It's not even temptation has to come to my door. I'm going to temptation.
I hear it.
So then also, like, the things I've been called stubborn enough times.
I find you so intriguing.
People say that a lot.
Yeah.
Why?
Even just from like listening sometimes to you guys, that's why I'm always like probe, like this, like I just find you so intriguing.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
I'm just
But what's intriguing? Like, I don't.
It's just how you are. Like, I can't put my finger on it. I just know you are.
But yeah, no, that's pretty much.
But Sharon, I saw a post the other day, yeah.
Oh,
and
okay. Did I post it?
No, not you. I just saw it on Instagram, and it said you shouldn't. It was like a red flag. It's a red flag to talk someone into coming to church with you. Do you agree with that? Like, you shouldn't have to talk someone to come to church, because the analogy I gave is, it's like, some people have had weird relationships with the church. Like, I was having a back and forth conversation with the person. They said some people have, because they've had their own relationship with the church, maybe they've been burnt by a church, they don't want to go again. And maybe you might have to talk that person up a bit and be like, look, I know this is your experience, but come to this church. I'm telling you, it's a good church. But then the person said, yeah, but some people have bad experiences with restaurants, and then they'll go to a different restaurant. They just don't give up on restaurants.
Yeah.
Like, which I understand. But if I go to on the concept of restaurants, if I go to a Chinese restaurant and I don't like that Chinese, and I think like, oh, maybe I don't like Chinese. Yeah, you might have to talk to me to go into a different Chinese restaurant. You'll be like, say, I know you had a bad experience there, but come to this Chinese restaurant, this one slaps.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't really agree with the concept of like, maybe I'm wrong, that you shouldn't have to talk someone into coming to church with you.
No, I don't think it's a bad thing either.
Because the person was saying that they used the restaurant analogy. I was like, yeah, but I could have a bad experience with a specific restaurant, and you might have to talk to me into sushi.
Or you might even just tell me, for example, like we've all gone to Charlie's on days like Charlie's is off.
Yeah.
All the way off. And your friend's like, nah, bro, it was just that day, it was after a moment.
Exactly.
Like, do you know what I mean? You're gonna go to Charlie's again.
Yeah.
But I think once it's church, people kind of have this like all or nothing kind of mindset, or because this is how you see, like, or like they're like following like precedents of like, oh, this happened to me here, so it's gonna happen to me here. Not necessarily. Do you get what I mean? So no, I don't think it's a red flag. I don't think it's a red flag. No.
So if you found, like, obviously one of your lists is God-fearing. So but say if he wasn't like God-fearing yet, but you're like, I like the vibes here, let me invite him to church, and then he's like a bit reluctant, are you gonna say, nah, that's a red flag that he's even reluctant, or are you gonna kind of maybe talk to him like, look, trust me, it'll be good?
Honestly, I would
allow it.
No, I would talk him into it. Now, if it seems like, okay.
Yo, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe.
We didn't even introduce ourselves the whole point.
No. I like episodes like this. Oh.
I don't miss this.
You don't miss what? The whole thing?
You say you don't miss it? Nah.
I was going to talk about you guys' purple. Did you guys plan to match with purple?
No. Oh, we were purple. No, we didn't.
No, this is going good. I was enjoying the conversation. I don't remember where I stopped. Oh, the guy. I'm going to put you guys up.
But yeah, man.
Are you watching The Boys yet?
No, not yet. Why is it wild?
Oh God, it's so weird. That shows. Sometimes I want to stop.
Bro, it's so fucked up, bro. Like,
makes my skin crawl.
No, I remember the first time where I saw he was holding his babes and then A-Train runs through her.
Yeah.
I said, what the hell am I watching?
Oh, it makes my skin crawl.
Have you seen Gen V or whatever?
No, I didn't watch it because like The Boys already enough.
Yo, it's so good. It's so good, but it's fucked up
as well. Yeah,
bro, it's so funny. It's so fucked up.
You ready to go? Oh, would I bring him to church?
Yeah, like would you, if you find someone and you're like, oh, there's an attraction, there's a vibe here, or does the book start of like, if he's not God-fearing, I'm not even gonna try to.
A couple months ago, I would have said that. I would have said, yeah, no, but like now, just Sharon of today, yeah, no, I would try and like, bring you to church.
Yeah, because I didn't really think it was a red, because I saw the post and I was like, why is that a red flag?
Sure, because you see some people and like they got saved genuinely because of their girl. Like, do you know what I mean? I think I was even watching like that Judaism like movie or stuff like that. Like his wife now gave him his first ever Bible. Do you know that sort of thing? Like, so you can never really tell. But now it's just a difference of like I'm always begging. Yeah. That's a difference. But like, so obviously, I would. But then after a while, like if you say you don't want, I can't make you want what you don't want. I'm gonna leave you.
I hear that. Yeah.
I feel like you had a follow-up.
No, I actually forgot. I can't remember what I wanted to say. Yeah, you guys didn't introduce yourself.
Oh, you didn't introduce us.
You didn't just say you're the.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Sharon Speaks. It's your favorite girl, SharonAde and Moti Day with another episode. Today, you guys already know who we have here. We have the one and only.
Yeah, we are Charged to the Game.
Podcast formerly known as Charged.
It's the podcast formerly known as Charged, the podcast with the highest level of analysis the culture needs. I'm Daddy J, but you guys call me Jordan, and I'm here with...
No, it's your girl's favorite voice, Big Didge, nigga with the Midas touch.
Come on.
Can you guys actually like say that slower? Because I'm like, what do you guys like? What are you saying?
Oh, what do we say?
Yeah.
We are Charged to the Game. We are the podcast with the highest level of analysis the culture needs.
Yeah.
I'm Daddy J, because I used to be Uncle J, but I'm a dad now, so... Upgraded, you know them ones. Daddy J, but you might can call me Jordan, and I'm here with...
You know, your girl's favorite voice, Big Didge.
Your girl's favorite voice.
Yeah. Isn't that your favorite voice, no?
Look, man, thank God. And then the nigga with the Midas touch.
I heard the culture analysis one, but I never knew what you said.
Yeah, apparently I speak really fast.
And it's like really deep.
You speak very like low and slow.
Yeah, it's really deep. Like,
yeah, but I get told I speak fast. So.
Yeah. But
well, it is what it is.
Hey guys, it's good to have you here. I was just talking about you guys as matching purple.
Yeah, man. I got ready last minute, so I just I was like, my
so you didn't put effort into my.
My missus, because she went to the gym and she came back and she's like, I need to eat and shower. So she gave me like 10 minutes to get ready. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna throw on whatever I can, but. It's sunny outside. This is Ireland. It's like mad, isn't it? You get 2 days of rain and then you get a day.
Yeah, yesterday it was raining. I was like, what is actually going on
here? That's why no, number 24.
Can I ask you guys a question here? You know the voice in your head. Wait. You guys have voices in your head, right?
Yeah.
Well, just one? Multiple? No, I'm asking.
Your voice. Do you have an internal dialogue?
Internal monologue, like.
How do you process your thoughts?
Yeah, but I've never thought about the voice. Now I have to like consciously think about what kind of voice they have.
Is it your voice?
Oh yeah, mine is my voice. Yeah.
Just think.
Depends.
No, mine is.
Okay, so you got multiple.
Most of it, yeah.
All right. Okay. How different are the voices? Are they? Is it male, female, or is it just? Serious. You just know that they're different.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I can tell which one is like my voice and like which one's from me. And then no, does that make sense?
No. I hear what you're saying.
Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So I think they're different.
Does the voice that's you tell you to do stupid things or give you bad advice about yourself?
No, she's not Delilu at all. She's like
yeah. I think mine is the opposite. Yeah. Mine tells me no matter how much I want to lie to myself.
Yeah,
that voice tells me what's
she's
true.
So strict. She's a strict babe.
Oh, my sister's coming. Yeah. So what? Well, yours tells you to do mad stuff.
Sometimes.
Wow. No, mine is like the direct opposite. Like
okay, wait.
I can't lie to my voice.
Is that voice and your ego the same voice?
No.
So you have more than one.
Oh yeah, I test my ego to a feeling really. Like
yeah, I wouldn't voice,
I don't think my ego is a voice. My ego is like, say if I feel disrespected, I'm like, I feel this way, so I want to do this. Whereas that voice like me just processes my thoughts. Be like,
don't do that.
Why but the voice in my head it tells me like, no, this is your ego talking.
Oh, okay, wait. You feel this is your ego talking.
No, sorry, this is you're feeling it's your ego coming out.
Okay, but okay, you see when you get that feeling,
yeah.
Do you get an internal monologue of, am I a dickhead?
Oh, I used to, yeah.
Okay, but it's that voice, which is the same your voice. Ego. It's the same voice.
Same voice.
So your voice does tell you to do bad things.
No, it tells me not to.
When you're walking down the street, and you see a letterbox or you see like a little gutter, and you say, let me throw my phone in there. It's the same voice.
That intrusive thoughts.
Yeah. Is that the same voice?
Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
I don't know, you know.
All right, okay, never mind.
Wait, guys, before we actually even like close off, because I think you guys like have something on. How have you guys found podding?
We enjoyed it. Well, actually, I love podding. Like podding itself, like doing this, coming and chat and shit. I love that part. Like this part I could do. If I had a production team and a studio and I just had to come in and talk on the mic and leave, all year.
Yeah, Charger wouldn't be over if that was it.
All year, every year.
Wait, is Charger over?
Yeah,
pretty much, yeah. So you're not podding no more?
We've got a little care package, but apart from that.
Yeah. Well, by the end of the year, we'll be wrapped up. That's just it. Wow. Yeah, by the end of the year, we'll be wrapped up.
So you guys are just going to leave without telling us that you guys are going to be wrapped up?
So first of all, this is how you know you don't listen. Because we told you. We've been telling you.
No, you said we're going.
Yeah.
You
said we'd be right back, maybe.
You'll be right back, maybe. And then you did a recent one. And I haven't finished that one.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. No, in that
Sorry, give me 2 seconds.
No, yeah, in that we explained all. Essentially, what the plan is, pick a date for a live show, do the live show. About 10 weeks before the live show, we'll be back full time. As in, like, 2 months, you might even get extra content. And then as soon as the live show is done, that's it, wrapped in a bowl.
Wrap it up.
And
why is that? ROI?
It's, ROI. I feel like we had a great year last year. Like, from January till about, I want to say maybe like October was great. But then I feel like we hit like a little plateau. It stopped kind of being fun. It just kind of start becoming more grindy. We're just kind of doing this. We're here. People was telling me that apparently I seemed like I didn't want to be there.
Oh wow!
Like, and it just feels like.
I think that's when you're figuring yourself out, though.
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I didn't want to be there. I'm not gonna like. Okay. There's been a couple times where the quiz. I'm doing the quiz while we're podding. Like it just became a lot of work, and then it's like to break the level that we're at to get to the next level. Like you said. You wanted everything to look a certain way and be a certain way. Do you get what I'm saying? For us, I haven't had that. And if we want it to look the way we want it to look and get everything to a certain, for a lot of the time, I'd use Where's Your Head At as our standard, because it's kind of like that's our closest, not competition, but that's our closest. The person that's closest to us, do you get what I'm saying? They record 5 minutes from where we record. There's 3 of them, there's 3 of us. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it just made sense. And it's like, when it came to a certain level of quality, I felt like we'd fall below the bar. Do you get what I'm saying? There's certain audios that I wasn't happy with, certain things that I just wasn't happy with. The set wasn't looking how I wanted it to look. And to break that and to get to the next level and start competing on a level that I thought would be great, it's a lot of work and effort. And honestly, we just kind of looked at it and it's like, we didn't get in this to become famous. We didn't get in this for clout. We didn't get in this for, like, for the most part, we kind of got what we wanted out of it. We've done our live shows. People have told us that they fuck with us. Like,
we won an award for talking on the mic.
We've won an award for talking on the mic. Like, we really only started this because
it was fun. It was a hobby.
Yeah, it's like, why not?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now it's not a hobby anymore. It's a part-time job.
Work,
like even you know yourself, how much time, money, effort do you sink in it? Like,
oh yeah,
do you get what I'm saying? And it's just like, now turning around, it's like, I actually don't know if it's that, all of that effort is worth it.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. We weren't sure if the investment the juices were to squeeze anymore. And we were going to put so much into it, and we kind of just analyzed, like, what, like, do we want to put the time, effort, money, come in here weekly as well?
Like, and so for the people like out there that actually want to start like a pod, I think it's good to have like a balanced POV, because like if it was someone else sitting on the couch here, they'll probably tell, oh yeah, great, like, but again, there's balance. What would you guys like say to them?
Be consistent and do it, and ask yourself why you want to do it. If you want to do it because, I don't do anything, I want something to do once a week and just talk, then let it be that. Or if it's something that you want to pursue and be a source of income or to get out of your 9 to 5, also put the money and the time into that. Like, get the correct production, get the correct guy to do your thumbnail, get the correct guy to do your clips. Wherever you are weak, find the right people to do those things. And that's
outsource.
Outsource. And that's where it's,
if you can.
Yeah, that's where it's difficult, because that takes money.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard of producers, even for an intro, asking for like 150 euro to do the intro, or to do a tweet, or get thumbnails done and all of this stuff. So
clips.
Yeah.
So that's what I would tell them, was like, outsource where you're weak, because even if you do it all, we try to do it all in-house at first. That's a lot of time. Now, it's not even a lot of money, it's a lot of time that while you're still doing your 9 to 5, and you still have to be a dad at home, you still have to take care of your household. So that's what I'll tell them. It's like, decide why you want to do it, and if it's just to do a 9 to 5 to have a hobby, maybe just pull up, pay for the studio, get the file and put it up. But if you want to do it to pursue something,
also don't get gas. Don't get gas too quickly, bro. It's easy. If you start potting at 25, you've had 25 years for one episode. Do it again next week. Do it again next week. Do it again in 9 months' time and see if you have anything to talk about. Do you get what I'm saying? Because everyone wants to chat. That first episode, all your friends are listening. Everything is cool. Everyone's telling you, "Oh my god, this is so great."
The hype is there when you first start.
Are you still interested 6 months later? Like, and that's just really what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'll tell them. Yeah, just know your why, and then go and lean in.
Why. Thank you. Before we end, we're gonna do Would You Rather.
Yeah.
Okay. Quick ones. So would you rather know the exact date of your death, God forbid, or the cause of your death?
Give me a date.
Ooh. This is why I'm saying Deji is intriguing.
You want to know why? Because imagine you die doing something mundane. Like, let's say you die in your sleep. You go to bed every day wondering if you're waking up tomorrow.
Oh, that's good, because I didn't even think of that.
Because
it said cause of death, sleep. You'll never sleep. You like every sleep is anxious.
Every nap is
cause of death, car crash. You don't know if you're in or outside of the car.
Yeah.
I won't leave my house.
And the thing is, a car could crash into the house.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so just let me know that, okay, I've got 374 days left. Let's live it up. Do you get what I mean?
After that perspective, give it a date.
Okay. The power to change one event in your past and no one event in your future.
Change one event in my past.
Change past.
Change the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'll change the past, because I think it's worked out exactly how the only way is it'd be better if I was a footballer. But I don't know what event I could change to make that happen in my past. So the future, maybe they have an insight into the future.
Yeah, change something in the past, I'd say.
Okay. Find true love, but be poor, or incredibly wealthy, but never know love.
I've already found true love, and I'm wealthy.
Fall right up. Bro, give me that money.
I'm not surprised.
What would you pick?
Find true love, but be poor.
Yeah.
Or be incredibly wealthy, but never know love. Hey, I'll find true love and be wealthy.
But because you can never know love. But you can have a good time without knowing love. You can like people.
No, you know what?
But I feel like it starts to feel draining.
But you know what it is?
It's like,
Not take this with a pinch of salt. True love's overrated.
What do you mean by that?
You can love someone doesn't mean you're good together. Like you can imagine you guys love each other.
But is that your true love then?
Yeah,
yes,
you can have your true love then.
You can love someone, but is that your true love?
Yeah, okay, but this is the thing. People take true love that means like love is just an emotion. Do you get what I'm saying? Just because you love each other doesn't mean you're compatible. Like once again, I always say my parents divorced and left each other 25 years ago. If they talk on the phone today, they're still giggling like they're kids. They will never work. But so it's kind of like, yeah, cool, I have all this love and everything, but I've got nothing else. So give me the money and I'll make something else work.
What you think of that? Do you think you can find a true love but actually not be the person that you're meant to be with, or is your true love meant to be for you? Because I get what you're saying. Like love is, you can love people, and people have loved people and not married the person they love. Like someone could be like, I found my true love in college, but I wasn't ready for them. Now they're like 25 and they're like, I love you, so I'm more like, I'll marry you, but their true love is
okay. Now, so
especially
in that situation, so you've given up everything for this true love that you don't even have. Give me the money, man. Give me the money.
Wait, what you mean? Especially men? You think men marry who they're ready for?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think rarely do men marry who they love. They marry, like, when they're ready to marry, they marry. But their true love was that girl that broke their heart when they were 21. Do
you feel the same about women?
No, because women will marry you at 21 if they love you.
Yeah,
a lot of women, if they love you.
I don't think the same about women, no.
What?
Do you think so? Do you think so, Daddy?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, I don't think the same about women.
Because I've seen some girls marry because they're pregnant. I've seen some girls marry because their friends get married. Also, when are we spinning the block? I find all these people that got married in uni because they got pregnant. Are they still together? I want to know.
It's crazy.
Anyway, would you rather?
I think women.
I want to know.
Women probably, let's say, like they marry the person they're ready for as they get older. I think if they're like, when they get to like 36, 37, they might not be like the love thing anymore. To be like, I'm getting on.
Yeah, and plus, I've seen enough girls that I've seen the way you talk about this guy. You don't really like him, but you're getting to that age. You know, he's and also, you know what it is as well. I think he's the good guy.
Yeah, he's the good guy, and Anyway,
but you don't really love him. Like he's just the good guy.
Maybe I'll marry for love, and may the love bring money. Would you rather sacrifice your own happiness for the happiness of others, or have others sacrifice their happiness for you?
I'd go the first one. Yeah, I'll probably sacrifice my happiness for others.
I know it's because if you're not happy around the others, but I think
and also, you know, so much try to kill you, man. People get jealous. Evil eye is the thing, you know.
That's a good point. If you're a sacrifice, everybody's happiness for yourself.
You get what I'm saying? I gave up all of this for you.
Yeah, because it can also build resentment. Like it's not the heroic action that we think it is all the time. So I don't know. And then lastly,
wait, are you answering these as well?
Huh?
Are you answering these as well?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know which one I'd pick because I can see. Okay, which one would I rather? Would I rather give up my happiness? No.
Yeah, but I feel like it's different for men and women, though.
No.
Yeah.
No, maybe a couple months ago I would have gone, no.
What's changed in this 6 months that you're saying that?
Nothing. Those brain cells are starting to form. You know, the frontal lobe is coming in.
I'm not gonna lie. If to me, I just met you today. It sounds like you went through some character building.
Yeah.
Someone break your heart, is it?
No.
That's what you meant. Someone break your heart.
It doesn't always have to be heartbreak. What if it's just life reflections?
No, heartbreak doesn't have to be men or women. It could be a friendship breakup as well, you know?
No, I don't
breaks your heart.
Does this specific character building have to do with somebody that might be blocked?
No.
Okay. Check your block list.
I don't block people.
Oh, you let them see you shine, have you?
No, no.
What?
No, but the thing is, right, I have a thing. If I block you, the chances of me unblocking you is slim to none. I would never unblock you, but I don't block people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this...
You know they say it's sassy when men block?
I can't bring myself, like... I can't do it. I can't do it.
You can't block.
Times, man.
Nah, I can't do it. Like, if...
I just don't block. I might mute you, but then sometimes I'll just unfollow. Do you know what it is? I've actually grown some wings, and like, I just unfollow you. Like, it's actually not that serious anymore. So there's no point. I'll just unfollow you. Do you get what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, because before muting, like, it's like you mute the person, but like they're still there. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
If I don't want you in any capacity, then I'll just unfollow you.
Yeah.
I will remove you as a follower as well.
Question, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that go... Because I see a lot of women, yeah, especially Instagram fucking a lot of people up. I see a lot of women follow a lot of people on Instagram that make them feel insecure. And they're afraid, I don't know if they're afraid to unfollow them, but they refuse to unfollow. Do you have the same level of I'll unfollow anything that's not serving you?
Yeah, I do. I really do. Like, I don't put myself in things that I know will trigger me. Generally, even if you see like the kind of people I follow, I'm not going to follow. Yeah, no, I don't have that.
Fair.
I don't have that.
Yeah, last one now.
Last one, achieve all your life goals, but no friends or family, or have a mediocre life with plenty.
Oh, mediocre life with plenty of friends or family.
I loved ones.
Yeah, loved ones. Because achieve all your life goals, the point is, the reason I'd like to achieve them is for the moment you share with the friends and family. Like, when I think about all my, like, my wedding, for example, I was bitching, moaning, and complaining about how much we're spending, the planning, but I would live that day every single weekend if I could, just because the day itself, flipping class day.
You're so serious.
the build up, no, but the day itself when you just get to have fun.
Oh, to be honest, we had a good time.
Yeah, the day itself when you just get to have fun, and it's like you get overwhelmed because you're like, wow, these people actually. It's like I picked up friends all throughout my life, like from the age of like 1 till now, and they're all here to celebrate me, and we're all getting lit. There's music playing, and I can literally do anything because it's my day. Nobody's gonna stop me from doing anything. So those moments, like to have that moment, and then to hear that, it's like, yeah, I would rather have like. And let's be real, what is like a mediocre life to most people, and what is like what does a mediocre life look like? Because to some people, we're all living a mediocre life because they're living on a yacht. Yeah. They look at me in my 9 to 5, they're saying like, you live a mediocre life.
We know what you're. It's not mediocre.
No, I didn't say me. I didn't say to you. I said to some people, billionaires. They could be looking at us. They look at them with their 9 to 5s. With the little nice cars over there, cute, live mediocre. So I would take the mediocre with friends and family. But you like accomplish all your dreams and goals, innit?
Yeah, I think he would.
Nah, you know what? Yeah.
Fuck them niggas.
A part of me wants to say that, but like, I feel like a lot of things that if I was to accomplish a lot of my goals and dreams, it would encompass a lot of other people as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, it's great to have this nice big house and like nice cars and everything, but there's no one there. Like, you might as well not have it. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. I had a question. I can't remember it now.
For a wrap up, yeah.
Yeah, no. What the question? Oh, look, it's gone.
Oh yeah, for you, last week for a wrap up, what's you asked us about the podcast, but what is your why? Why do you do this? Just conversation, or what do you wanted to see it go? Like, do you have an idea of like maybe one day I could do a talk show or be on TV
definitely.
or okay?
Yeah.
Fair play.
I don't see this stopping here. I think this is just
the beginning.
Not even the beginning. We're not at the beginning yet. So yeah, I do see this going big time, and I do, yeah.
No, yeah, keep doing your thing, because like I said, whenever I see people that I know, most of the time, like Manny, the boys, and Dongo, I have tuned in and I've enjoyed it. It's a different conversation because we have a lot of podcasts where we're like laughing and bantering and talking about different things. So it's also nice to see a different sides of people, like
you see
Manny,
today they got a different side of you guys,
especially
you, Deji.
Especially
I thought this was going to go a completely different way.
Like what?
Well, like what?
Remember I told you we're going to have some deep, long...
Well, you did get
deep, but it wasn't just as obvious as you thought it was.
No, but I thought it was going to be one of those.
Did you enjoy
like
yourself?
I said, yeah, no, it's fun. Like, it's create a nice little vibe. I thought it was going to be like, bruv, cue.
I don't want that to be like the only vibe people associate like Sharon Speaks with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's also an element, and I'm not gonna kill that because I also think that is a USP for me. So yeah,
Yeah, thank you for having us. Anyway,
thank you guys. I'm happy
to
have you guys before you disarm.
Oh yeah.
Hey, just because we're not doing our one doesn't mean we won't do yours.
Invite us on our podcast.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Comment who you guys want to see next. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Peace out.